TyTy Washington Jr. is probably the least talked about rookie of the 3 first-round picks drafted by the Houston Rockets in the 2022 NBA Draft. TyTy was a 5-star recruit out of high school and one of the top-rated guards in his class who played his college ball for the Kentucky Wildcats, a program with a reputation for putting out great guards. His draft day slide to the 29th pick was on brand with a recent tradition of Kentucky players being overlooked by NBA executives. Players such as Immanuel Quickley and Tari Eason all fell later than they were projected in the draft, but went on to become key contributors in the NBA. In recent years, guards that have gone in the first round for the Wildcats have had success in the NBA, a list that includes Immanuel Quickley, Tyrese Maxey, Tyler Hero, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Malik Monk, De'Aaron Fox, Jamal Murray, and Devin Booker. Out of all these guards, TyTy is the only one to have broken the single-game assist record held by Rockets legend John Wall, a record that stood for over a decade. How and why should you be excited about TyTy Washington Jr., and what skill set does he bring to the young Rockets that may address the player archetype of floor general in the backcourt that they have sorely needed to complement the explosive scoring and playmaking of Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green? In this film session, we will answer these questions going through the game that cemented TyTy's name in Wildcat history, the game where he broke John Wall's single-game assist record. First play of the game, TyTy attacks a closeout, gets to a sweet spot. He's shooting about 61% from the mid-range, 17 feet and under. Guys like him with his stature, you gotta have that in your bag. You're talking about the Chris Pauls of the world. This is how you make a living. Having that mid-range, being able to play between the three-point line and the rim when you're not an elite athlete. So I think that's something he definitely can keep building on. Looking at this play tells me all I need to know about this guy, man. TyTy is just such a smart player. Keeps his head up to engage the big that's trying to play the drop on him, trying to help his teammate get over there. But TyTy keeps him engaged and able to throw a low bounce pass away from any hands from the Georgia players. He just reads the pick and roll. He's never just rushing. He's always on a good pace. And that's a beautiful bounce pass. He gets there to 34 for the dunk. And I love how TyTy is able to manipulate the defense with his eyes. I mean, just everything he does is intentional. Gets up in the air, but doesn't get panicked. Able to draw 2 defenders and throw a nice pass to his teammate. A lot of young NBA players struggle with getting entry passes into the post, as we saw with the Rockets this last season. You could tell he has that vision on the court that allows him to see the whole court like a great quarterback running an offense there. Great entry pass leads to another bucket for his teammate. Once again, just being able to attack closeouts is something that he does really, really well out, and he gets straight to his floater game. We saw this in the summer league. That's something that's going to be there for him his whole career. This play looks simple enough, but you can see there the defender is way overcommitted into the paint, almost at the nail position. TyTy isn't looking at him initially, but as he gets the screen there, you can see how he just whips his head around immediately to just zoom the pass over to the player that guy's helping off of. Just leads to a nice open shot for his teammate. Love the pace and patience he plays with, able to kind of ride out the dribble a little bit to get the defender to commit, leads his teammate to a wide open shot from the free throw line. Another example of high IQ, sees a jumble of mess in the paint, dribbles out to the left just to clear some space. You see opens up the space just by the little dribble to the left, able to now get downhill with the new space he created. Just little nuances to playing the guard position that he already possesses at a young age. Gets downhill, able to make a floater. He lives in that floater. Man, he does this little hop skip dribble that you will see from a lot of great guards, and this stuff is just like a triple threat position. You could do whatever you want out of this hop skip. Chris Paul made a living doing this. You could hop skip into a pass, you could hop skip into a bucket. Just keeps the defender guessing, especially when those bigs are playing the drop. They just don't know when it's coming, and he's able to do that, get downhill, able to make 2 defenders commit, leads to an open shot for a teammate. One of the great things about TyTy is his mid-range game. Like how he moves off ball here, gets right into the screen, comes off and hits a nice mid-range jumper. This is the type of shot that you want the guy handling the ball to have. These are the shots that when you're in the playoffs, you can put a team away by just letting your ball handler read the court and make all those shots, get to the free throw line. Exciting for him to have this in his game this early. I like how he keeps his head up on fast break. Obviously, that's a simple play for a guard to make, but sometimes you can take it for granted. A good pick and roll attack is like body shots in boxing. I mean, it wears your opponent down over the extent of the game. And TyTy's been running this pick and roll on this big all game, and now he's starting to get worn down. He was stepping up when the game first started. Now he's going to bail early because TyTy's been handing it off to the pop man there, 34, and he uses that little hop skip dribble to get right to the rim on the hesitation. Like I said, man, great point guard play. You kind of use the tools you have and you use your brain to kind of defeat your opponent. What I want to point out on this play is that TyTy TyTy is being trapped now. You can see this beautiful bounce pass. The ball leaves his hand before the guy even knows he's open. That's what the great ones do. They're going to pass it to a spot before you even know that you're open. Chris Paul is great at this. The ball's leaving his hand before the guy even turns around. By the time he turns, he gets to get the ball and hit the basket in stride. Just little nuances, little things about the game that I see that TyTy does that tells me that he's going to be an effective point guard in the NBA. You can clearly see that TyTy works on his handles. I mean, he's not pressured by this guy trying to press him. Uses the screen, able to hide behind the screen. As the defender tries to fight over it, he knows the big has to stay there. When the big makes the switch, that's when he takes his advantage of the moment and gets to the basket at will. Just a smart player. Once again, having players that are able to get trapped and not panic and pick up their dribble is such a luxury to have. I mean, they're starting to trap him here. Look at his head. He's looking straight ahead, so he makes the defense commit to him driving, able to generate an open shot for his teammate that's able to drop. And it's just great point guard play. All the great ones have it. It's the head movements, it's the little subtleties of the position. This is probably the most impressive play of the game to me. They've been trapping TyTy towards the end of the game. You can see that the defense is planning to stun on that pop out man there. But TyTy, within being trapped, has the wherewithal to be able to read the defense, fake this pass, and then kick it over to the guy that the defender left for a dunk. How does TyTy fit with Jalen and Kevin Porter Jr.? I think he fits perfectly. He's a guy that has a mid-range shot, he can attack closeouts, he can run pick and rolls, and he can generate open shots for anybody. With the explosiveness is Jalen Green and Kevin Porter Jr., their ability to get 2 feet in the paint and generate open shots. TyTy will have the ability to attack closeouts, get into his mid-range bag, and then we can see what KPJ can do off ball. He's one of the best catch and shoot three-point shooters in the NBA, and imagine having a point guard that's able to see the floor. I'm really excited about that. I think he'll be a great fit for the team. I can see him actually getting some burn at the 3-guard lineup and kind of taking minutes away from Jay Gupp in that position because he brings a skill set that the team currently needs. What do you think about TyTy? Do you see him as a guy that's going to come in and contribute early, or do you see him as a long-term project? Let me know in the comments.